The old house stands alone, crooked as an aged old man, still going strong, but weakened by its age. Its crumbling foundations and worn exterior remain unseen by prying eyes. The old gate hangs limply from its rusting hinges, as if it had long since given up all hope of standing proud and upright, and had reluctantly resigned itself to the gravitational pull which had been threatening its humility for so long. An owl hoots its warning. Get out of here. Stay away. Withered rose plants shed their petals upon the cobbled path leading up to the front door. The path is formed of loose cobbles and uplifted tree roots, trees with long, bony arms. And as blue skies fade, thick clouds slowly gather on the far-off horizon, engulfing the landscape in a tidal wave of crusty yellow. Through the front window, an old fireplace can be seen. Thick ash covers the walls, as logs of partially burnt wood still remain smouldering in the mouth of the fire. A snapshot of time, frozen in the moment. The remains of a dinner are still laid on a table, the meal which had once brought someone such pleasure in its preparing, and another in the consuming of, fetid and putrid. At the top of a splintered staircase, an old bed stands stiff and silent in the far corner of an upstairs bedroom. As floorboards creak away the rhythm of long-forgotten footsteps, the walls scream out from their peeling paper prison. Blackened tears stain the walls with the sins of the past. A dressing table stands promptly to attention. As a gentle breeze creeps through an open window and lightly lifts the curtains, the old oak door appears to have long since slammed shut on society. The woven cobwebs which hold the room together, as history binds the dust of the ages, caress the cheek. Thick mildew layers the window and eats away ravenously at the curtains, turning the edges black and slimy with rot, and which cloak shattered shards of glass with their worn and faded royalty. As the curtains are pulled back, curious eyes gaze out upon childhood dreams and pastures of a long unsung beauty. Yet flowers still hang their heads low, laid down, their petals encrusted with yellow pus, infected by time. The same layers of infection locked behind the greasy window pane which towers above them. On the horizon, blue skies are reflected in droplets of sweet dew, as blades of green grass bear crowns of falling stars. A subtle ringing reaches the ears as church bells chime in the distance. As the pleasant breeze blows the face, tiny fingers pinch purple cheeks and slap frozen hands, as a flowing fountain sprays out the scummy waters of a pungent and lifeless pond. The sun beats down upon its murky surface, its rays reflected upon the bare waters. Tiny fish lie prostrate upon worn marble slabs at the bottom of the pond, as sunken lilies dress their brittle bones with blankets of a vibrant green. The sound of a woman murmuring can be heard coming from the far side of the room. She sits in the worn, once padded but now fraying seat of an old rocking chair. An old book is limply placed upon her lap. Its frail pages carefully drape over its peeling spine. As she rocks back and forth, the book falls from the lap to the floor, spilling out the loose pages. Her dress puckers with the movement of her shoulders, and her green cardigan drapes over her pale and freckled arms. She stops, her fragile frame frozen in time, her heart encased within a block of thick ice. Her blood runs cold as her breath hitches. The sound of approaching footsteps echoes through the house, and she sinks back into her seat and sits motionless. She listens with intent. Then, as she breaks and makes for the cover of the more shadowy corner of the room, she stumbles and falls to the floor. She flinches as her hand meets with the vengeful shards of glass of a shattered picture frame, which pierce the paper flesh of her palm. As the cut weeps red tears, the house trembles as heavy footsteps wound and bruise. The door handle slowly starts to turn, and there is a look of hope in her eyes as the door hinges creak loudly and it swings slowly open. But she is greeted with nothing, nobody, no physical embodiment of the love she seeks. She makes her way towards the door and peers left, then right, down the corridor. Laughter echoes down the hallway, mocking her, mimicking happy memories of a childhood long past. But this is not the place she once knew. The creaking floorboards, rotten, peeling paper walls, withered roses, crusty to the touch, disgust her now. She looks back just once, then pulls the door shut on the darkened room, and slow, weary footsteps descend the stairs. Then, without turning back, she pulls the front door closed, condemning the house to reside in darkness forever.